Whenever I add any device to my smart home, it's very important that I maintain full control of that device, whether it be right next to it, over a voice assistant, or through an app over the internet. And that's why I love the Serena by Lutron Smart Shades. Thanks to Lutron for sponsoring today's video so that I can show you how I'm going to be controlling all of the Serena Shades in my home. Now the first step is to get them installed. I've already done that, and then the next easiest way to control them is through a Pico smart remote. These little remotes can last up to 10 years on one little battery, and they are able to control one or multiple shades. So all you need to do is press the button on the shade and then press the off button until you see the light flashing on the Pico smart remote, and then they pair together. You can then go through and pair this with other shades in your home to have full control with one remote. So here on the remote, I simply press the off button or down, and then it takes the shade down. I have the option to push a favorite. So then it goes to our favorite position. When we're eating dinner, it can shade us from the sun. And then you can simply press the down or up and set it to the perfect position there. Now you can do this with a bunch of shades without getting any smart home control. But if you want to add the smart home control, all you need to do is add a Lutron smart hub into your home. With this hub, you can pair up to 75 different devices to your hub. So one Pico remote, one shade, and so on. To connect your Serena Shades to the Lutron Smart Hub, head into the Lutron app, tap Add a Device, and then follow the instructions to pair your roller shades, honeycomb shades, or wood blinds. Once you have finished the pairing steps, they will then show up in the Lutron app, and you can control them right from there. Now that I've installed all my Serena Smart Shades and connected them to the Lutron Smart Hub, let me show you what I can do with the Pico Smart Remote. Now at first you might be thinking, I'm gonna lose that remote. Well, good news is Lutron has come out with the Lutron wall plate bracket. You can use this to easily attach it right next to your existing light switches so that then you can incorporate them into your system. So these become this, and I no longer lose the remote. And I love how it can attach right into the wall, and you can place this in an empty gang box, or you can just simply place it on the wall next to your existing light switches. So now that we have that installed, I'm able to control all of the different Serena Shades just by the press of one button. Now, instead of having these connected directly to the Pico remote, I have connected them to the Lutron Smart Hub, and then in the Lutron app, I'm able to control what device the Pico is able to control. So now I'm able to set all of these up with one Pico remote. Now, the fun thing that you can do is with the favorite button, you can adjust how you want the shades to look in the app for the favorite. And then once you hold down the button, you can set that favorite. And now whenever I want it to go to that favorite position, I just push the middle button and it goes to the favorite. So sometimes we'll use this in the morning, where here it just has them open a little bit, keeping some of the privacy, but letting us be able to see how the weather is outside. Now we do have a lot of windows in this room, and I want to make it a lot easier to control what windows are operating when, all from manual control. And you can do that with the Serena 4-group RF remote control. So let's go ahead, get this paired up in the Lutron app, and then customize what the 4 different groups can do. So here we're going to head into the Lutron app, and then opening this up. Here on the 4-group remote, we have the option to open and close. You can then slowly open or close. Here you have the favorite position. You can set 4 different groups, or you can choose all. So here we're going to head into the settings, go to Add Device, search for Shade 4 Group Control, then hold down the close button for 10 seconds. And then it's asking where we want this, and we're going to place it into the kitchen. Now that it has been added, we have the Shade Remote. So here we can choose which is going to be in the group. So we tap Edit Device. Here we can choose devices, and in Shade Group 1, let's go ahead and just choose the kitchen windows. Perfect, that's already set up. For Shade Group 2, I'm going to uncheck the kitchen, and here we're going to choose the living room. So then for Shade Group 3, sometimes we just want those top ones to close. So here on Shade Group 3, I'm going to choose just the top 2 of the living room. And then for Shade Group 4, I'm going to choose we're going to choose the master here, and we're going to choose the stairs shades and uncheck those. So now we have all of the shades on the main level selected. We're going to select Save. So here it's now programming the remote. If I go to the shade control and I want to just control Shade Group 1, I can choose that right here, select the control there, shade group 2, again there, or I have the option to do all. Let's go and test it out. So let's start with the shade group 1. So I'm just going to press 1 and close. And here you can see it is adjusting the window and the sliding glass. Next, let's try the ones up here at the top. So I'm going to select 3, and here we're going to open them because they are already closed. And just those are working. That's so awesome. Then we have the 2, which was all of these over here. So we're going to open them all. So they are all going at the same time, which is really cool to see them work. And then if I want to control all of the different shades that are connected to the 4-group remote control, all I have to do is press the all button. Over here, I can slowly increase them or just increase a little bit. And then I can stop, or I can press open, and that will control all of the shades and blinds that I have connected to this remote control. Now, what if you don't want to reach and grab the remote or stand up and touch the Pico Smart Remote Control? Well, that's where the Lutron Smart Hub is able to connect with the major voice assistants. So I'm able to easily connect Amazon Alexa, as well as Google Assistant and Apple HomeKit. So let's go ahead and show you how to do that. To connect the Lutron Smart Hub to the Apple Home app, you will need an iOS device, and today I'm going to be using the HomePod Mini to be able to control the devices. So here we're going to head into the Home app, and then I'm going to tap plus to add an accessory. And then I will need to scan the code on the bottom of the Lutron Hub. Once I have done that, it is showing the Smart Bridge 2 is able to connect. So we're going to tap on that. And now it's going to find all available devices on the Lutron Hub and incorporate them into the Home app. And now it's asking where I want to add the hub. Here we're going to add the Lutron Smart Hub into the network room. And here it's saying Serena Honeycomb Shades. These blinds are connected to the Lutron Smart Hub. Great. Now it's asking where I want the blinds. So we're going to add those to the den. And I'm going to go through and add all of these different devices, giving them a name. Now during this process, don't worry about what you name the device. Just identify where they are and what room they belong in. Once you have completed the process, you can head back to the Lutron app and go into the settings, and then under integrations, go under Apple HomeKit, and then here you will have an option to choose the name of the devices in the Lutron app, or you could choose the Apple HomeKit app if you have already done it in there. So I was able to choose the name in the Lutron app, and now it has updated to show that all of my devices have the same name as the Lutron app. Next, it's asking here to connect my Caseta Diva Smart Dimmers. So here we're going to select continue, and here you can choose identify to verify where that is going to go. And here we're going to add this into the kitchen. And then I'm going to do the same to the rest of my lights. And now we have added all those devices. So here you can see those different shades in my room there. And then down here under the kitchen, I have my different lights and shades. And then if I want to control any of the shades, here I'm going to tap on the shade. And so here I can close the shade, or I can open it right here in the app. So now you can use Siri on any of your different devices to control your shades by name or by room. Let's test it out. Now when you add a HomePod in the same room as the shades, all you have to say is, "Hey Siri, open the shades." It will then open just the shades in the room. There you can see those go. If you want to control a different room, all you need to say is, "Hey Siri, close the living room." And then you'll see over here, these will now all close. You can also control individual devices by saying the name of the device. "Hey Siri, close sliding door." Then you can see over there, it now closes the sliding door, and I can set it to a certain percentage. "Hey Siri, set sliding door to 75%. Stopped and moved that one up. "Hey Siri, open Claire's room." "Hey Siri, close Claire's room." So that is how you can control your Serena Shades with Siri. Now let's connect to our Lutron Smart Hub in the Google Home app. Here we're going to head to the Devices tab. We're going to tap Add, and then we're going to choose Works with Google. Then we're going to search for Lutron. Here it's asking to connect, and then we're going to sign in to our Lutron account and authorize the connection. Now it's linking all of the devices from the Lutron app into the Google Home app. Then we're going to go back and go under the Devices tab. If we scroll down, under the linked to you section, you will then see all of the lights appear. You will then go through the fun job of organizing all of these into the proper rooms. To do that, here I'm going to long press on one of the devices, tap settings, and then I'm going to select add to home, choose the home, choose the room I want it in. You can add a new room at the bottom if you need to. Then I'm going to go through and complete those steps through every device I've added through the Lutron app. And now that we've added all the devices, here we can quickly turn on and off the lights with the press of a button. And then we have an option to adjust the shades just by tapping to close, tapping again to open. And if we long press, we then have the option to adjust to the specific height that we would like. Let's test this out with Google Assistant in the kitchen. Now, if in the app we've set the Google Home speaker as well as the shades in the same room, we can say, hey Google, open the shades. It will then automatically open the shades that are in the room. You can also adjust an entire room by saying, hey Google, close living room shades. And there all of the shades close at the same time. You then could address an individual shade by saying, hey Google, set sliding door to 50%. And that is how you can adjust the roller shades. Let's check out the wood blinds. Hey Google, close the blinds. Now we're going to connect the Lutron app and Serena Shades to Alexa. Head into the Alexa app, then we're going to go to More, and we're going to go to Skills and Games, and we're going to search for Lutron. Once you find Lutron, enable to use, and then sign into our account, and then we're going to authorize. Now the app is going to find all the devices it can connect. There you can see we got a notice of 26 new devices. Now it's going to take us back to the Devices tab. Under the Devices tab, you can find all those new devices that you've added to your home, but we want to add them to different groups so we can control them within the group. So I'm going to go down here, and here we have some different groups. So here I'm going to go into the bedroom, and I'm going to tap Edit, and then I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to find the shades for this bedroom. So here we have the master bedroom left shade and the master bedroom right shade. And select Save. It will then add it into that group. Now I'm going to go through and do that to the rest of the groups. Then we can tap on the device. We can control how open or closed the shade is. And then back here I have the option to open and close the shade. Now let's test controlling these in the kitchen with Alexa. Now to control our devices with Alexa, we would need to say, Alexa, turn off kitchen. There it turned off the lights as well as the shades. Alexa, turn on kitchen. So it kind of works a little bit different than the other smart assistants. Then if we want to address an individual shade, we can do that. Alexa, set sliding door to 0. So 0% is all the way closed, 100% is all the way up. Now, if you wanted to control a full room, you would say, Alexa, turn on living room. And again, that turns on the lights and opens the shades. But if you want to have more control of this, you could create different routines. And in those routines, you are able to adjust specific devices, and then you could say a specific command, and it will automatically set those devices to what you previously would like them to do. To create a routine to control all the shades in a room, head to More, then we're going to tap Routines. And so here's one of my routines called Open Living Room. Now I've made it so if I say Open Living Room or Open Living Room Shades, it is able to run this routine, and then I have it set where it is going to turn on these 4 shades, and then I've also created a second routine where it's called Close Living Room, and then it's going to close those 4 shades. Let's test it out. Alexa, open the living room. Alexa, close the living room. Alexa, open Gwen's bedroom blinds. Alexa, close Gwen's bedroom blinds. And that is how you can use your Serena Shades with Alexa. You can also connect your Lutron Smart Hub to SmartThings. This allows you to add all kinds of different automations. I have already done that, but the process is very similar. head into the SmartThings app. Then you're going to tap the plus, and then you're going to add device, and here you're going to search for Lutron. Tap on Lutron, then you're going to connect your account, and then it will add all of the devices into the SmartThings app. Then you will need to go through the process of organizing what rooms those are in. So here you can do that by long pressing on the device. You have the option to edit, and here you can adjust the room, or in the new devices, you have the option to move to a room. Now, one more way in which you can control your Serena by Lutron smart shades is through the Lutron app with scenes or with schedules. So here in the Lutron app at the top, you have scenes. So you can create all kinds of different scenes. So at dinner time, if I edit this scene right here, I can adjust the shades to be exactly where I want them to be. So here in the kitchen, I want the sliding glass door to drop a little bit. So we're gonna tap on the shade we want, and I'm gonna have it closed to 60%. That works great. And then I can even come over here and choose any others that I would want closed. So maybe we want these closed a little bit and these ones to close all the way at dinner time. So I can select save, and now I've created that scene. Now here on Android, I can create different widgets where I can easily tap to enable that scene, or I can just come in here to the app and tap dinner time to turn that on. Then you have schedules. Now with schedules, these can run automatically during the day at a certain time or when the sun sets. So here I have created an evening scene. So let's go in the evening scene. Here I have it set to every day, and I have it 30 minutes after the sun set. I do have the option to also choose sunrise, and you can create a wide range of after sunset or sunrise. So then here I have the option to choose different devices. So I've gone through and chosen a few that I want to automatically close at a certain time of day. So now let's go ahead and choose a few more. So here in the living room, I want to choose all of my different shades that I have there. So we're going to choose all of these to automatically close at 9 p.m. and you can adjust the open or close percentage there. Then I can control the different lights, and I can see just the shades right there. So I select save, and now I have that evening schedule created where 30 minutes after sunset, it's automatically gonna close those. Now I really like how it automatically adjusts based on where you live and the sunset of that day. So in the winter, they're gonna close earlier, and in the summer, they will stay open later. Now here we also have the natural light optimization. So if you have the Serena Shades wood blinds, this will automatically open them in the morning, adjust them during the day, and then close them in the evening and give you the best lighting in the room for the day. Now this will depend on what direction your window is facing. So in the app, you will go through that customization so that it can give the best lighting for your room depending on the day. And that is how you adjust your Serena by Lutron smart shades. Now there are so many different ways in which you can do this. I love having the manual control with the Pico smart remote, or you can get the 4-group shade control, which works really great. You would then have the option to adjust with the favorite assistants, or you can use the automations with the scenes as well as the schedule right in the app. There are plenty of different options for you to get it exactly the way you want it in your smart home. If you have any further questions about these steps or the different ways you can automate, let me know in the comments below, and you can check out the links to some of these products down there as well. If you want to see other ways in which you can use the Lutron Smart Hub with the lights or shades, check out the videos over here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.